Hello everybody and welcome back to an episode of Papal Power! That is the name I decided on. It sounds suitably silly. Ha! Just walked right on top of one of their armies. And yes, until I get to proper combat, I will just have the game run at 4 speed. I tend to do that because there's no point not to. Who is that above me? Oh, just some random people. France, that's 1,000 men. I was gonna say. Please go to Provence and begin to siege it. And France is providing... Oh, France isn't actually providing a blockade. I mean, technically they are, but... I wonder if I just bring my ships over there if it'll count. Yeah, Aragon doesn't seem to be keeping its ships still enough to help me with that. Now, hopefully, because I'm in the hills, they won't try and get to me. I didn't give myself a general, but I'll quickly pop someone away to get a general when that guy walks elsewhere. And take you... As soon as you get there, let's see what we can roll for later. Siege value is not actually terrible, and I'll roll the Pope as well. He's a little bit greater for actual combat, but for now I want someone who's better at siege. And now I have a general and also goes that much faster as well. Which is nice. Ideally, what I'd like to do is possibly take these two... Just a moment. Okay, then. Someone needed my help to actually do something, which doesn't happen very often, and I thought I was fine to continue recording. Apparently not. But it's all good now. Just a bit of a surprise. Time passed a little bit because it took me a moment to press the pause button. But besides that, we're basically where we were last. Anyway. For now, Aragon is sieging that, but they will give it to me because it's right there. Connected to my stuff. I think Aragon might be going over there to help France. But I don't know. Hopefully France moves off of that sometime soon to go, like, I don't know, fight the people up there or something. Because I would very much appreciate being able to possibly take that territory. And Austria has decided that they've had enough of me. Meanwhile, Austria has successfully sieged its goal, and I have no clue why it's not going after the other person that goal is allied with, which is mildly annoying. And Aragon lost a battle there. Because reasons, of course. Where's the other half of their army? Did they not have more ships than that? So what do you... Oh, you're sieging that. But did they not have more ships than that? Am I not crazy? There are more men than that? They lose a battle when I wasn't looking. Well, for now, I am merely going to sit here and hold down Provence until Aragon can come back, or France moves off of that territory. Because I need one of the two to happen in order for me to properly continue, because with that other army running around, that is a little bit too threatening for me and my tastes. Thank you, France, for helping with that. I'll move to the next territory now. Now that I know you're going to be occupied there. Wave of obscurantism. A typical response to different kinds of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment. at least until the Age of Enlightenment, arose in most advanced Western nations of the European continent. National unrest +2 for a few years, or lose 10 prestige. Well, I am going to be taking a couple territories that are likely going to have rebels anyway, so having the rebels pop out as quickly as possible so they don't threaten to pop out when I'm, say, fighting France is actually preferable. So I will take the increased national unrest instead. Also, now that my ships have done their job, because there is nowhere else for them to actually blockade properly, let's just have them dock. I have no idea what Aragon is doing. But now that I've taken that, let's move to Savoy. Because next, what we need to do is actually get Savoy out of here. Because once Savoy's out of here, Provence's war enthusiasm will tank. And they will want to get out fairly quickly, preferably with me taking the 2 territories that I've conquered. Especially since France is apt to take those anyway. And Aragon will siege that. They should give it to me because it's bordering something else I have. Even if I don't have a claim on it. I hope they give it to me. It would be very annoying if they didn't. Yes, they did. And now they get to fight off the enemy navy and just watch all of their ships sink. It's okay, you're not going to have a port to put them in any longer. Very much longer, Savoy. What should I do with my other 2 diplomats, though? I should probably improve relations. Oh, offensive war. I was about to say, why won't they ally me again? And of course, you will never ally me because of Aragon. Although, that is still 48 reasons out of the 31 that I have. That is not very good, because I was relying on you for fighting France. You know, it'd be funny if I attacked you, or Navarra. Oh wait, they're allied with both Castile and France. Never mind. I said it'd be kind of funny for me to attack Navarra and make Aragon and France have to unally each other. But nobody else would come to my aid in that case, so... I know, I might have to, like, take some territory from Venice first before I can properly ally Castile. The only problem is I want to try and... Because what I need to do is have Aragon lose its hold over Naples, because if the Iberian wedding happens while Aragon still has a personal union over Naples, then that means Castile will have a personal union over Aragon and Naples and make it next to impossible for me to properly take all of Italy for myself, which obviously would make it very difficult for me. And although Aragon is sieging these and has taken that, they should give it to me as soon as I siege this territory here. So it should be fine regardless. Just a question, what is your war score? 27. Or any particular setup to it? At all? Come on, autosave. Just the fact that they've sieged a territory is really it, and the fact that they've won next to all of the battles. Provincial unrest, 0.1. Gee, that's very difficult, although it's slowly rising with my war exhaustion. Question, why is it going up anyway? From attrition. There's nothing I can do then. I just need to siege this place as quickly as possible. But yeah, I really need to get Aragon's hold over Naples gone. But since they're protecting themselves with France, that makes it remarkably difficult to do just that. Because obviously, even if I took out all of the loans in the world, I wouldn't be able to punch France in the face. The only thing I could maybe hope for is for Burgundy to come and save my butt in that case. Because just out of curiosity, what would happen if I declared war on you? Obviously you wouldn't join, but Aragon wouldn't join on the other side either. And since you're fighting in another war and you have war exhaustion, you would not. Funnily enough, if you did not have war exhaustion, we're not fighting in another war, and I had a little bit more diplomatic reputation, likely from some advisor, you would actually still accept, and that is something I need to keep a note on. And of course, Burgundy hates France, and England hates France. The only problem with England hating France and getting an alliance with England is that all of their territories, well, I think most of their territories over here don't actually have a... Okay, maybe they actually have a couple castles. Maybe they have a few castles. Never mind. I mean, that would distract the French in terms of sieging stuff. But hey, they got the Palatinate out of that war, which means all that is left is Augsburg, who somehow counter-siege their capital. Which means that war is going to go on for even longer. It's a shame. Yes, with Burgundy and all of its vassals, that might help, but I'd rather be as safe as possible. It was a common defense against annexation and usurpation to forge documents, have them counterfeited or backdated to corroborate one's arguments during times of struggles for expansion or privileges. Even now, these questionable methods are used, and we ponder if this practice should benefit us. Hopefully no one will detect the discrepancies. I'll gain the 50 admin power at the chance of a bad event happening. But all we need is these last two things sieged, and then Savoy... Hey, they accepted peace. Forced to give France 10% of their income in war reparations. Ooh. Who cares? The Bishop of Liège has convoked a Jubilee in Liège, the holy year of remission of sins and universal pardons. This is a Christian tradition which dates back to 1300 when Pope Boniface VIII convoked a holy year in Rome. Honestly, it doesn't matter which choice I choose, so let's just choose the one that helps Liège, because this right here is Liège. These two dinky territories. I could give two craps about what Liège thinks, because they're not even, like, a vassal of Burgundy or anything. Now, Savoy did end up getting out of this war as soon as they were fully sieged. Or at least as soon as France sieged their capital. Which is unfortunate. Luckily, Aragon is already on top of things and is already sieging their capital again. Why they were all let to return... Okay, that was interesting. Why they were all let to return after that, and we're still sieging the outside, I have no clue. But, you know. Oh, a truce with the Ottomans. We do actually start in a truce with the Ottomans because of what happened in history prior to when this game starts. Also, I haven't thought of any missions, or doing any missions. Diplomatic reputation? For 10 years? You know what, I'll take it. I don't know why I didn't think of any missions, but I thought of one now, and I'm going to improve relations with Siena. Alright, now that that's done, get out of there please, because since it is mountains, there isn't enough food for you. What? 10% of their income and 65 ducats? No. Question is, what can I make you give me? Cannot select this. What? Oh, okay. Oh, so I can't select things unless I'm selecting them in a line. Unfortunately, since you still need your capital siege, you would not give me a whole lot. Also, that would be 14 aggressive expansion on average. That is very iffy because that might piss off enough people to really get me injured. Question, what if I took your stuff? Who would care? A lot of people would care. That's a tough choice, because I want these, but I also do want this, because that is not a small territory. It really is not. But the last thing, the absolute last thing I need is for the coalition to start against me. This is a tough choice. Do I take the risk, or do I play it safe but not gain as much as I could? Because if there was a coalition against me, there would be no way I could stop it. In fact, if I did that, I wouldn't be able to get enough relation with Siena in time to actually complete the mission anyway. I don't think it would affect Burgundy very much. It would definitely affect Austria because they're the Holy Roman Emperor and everything, but since I'm buddy-buddy with the Emperor, they might not actually care that I took territories and not even try and declare unlawful territory on me, which would make them much, much more likely to blow up. Well, for now, either way, we just need to wait. Oh hey, would you look at that? Venice allied with Florence. And, you know, Florence hates my guts. Which means now you would probably never ally me because you're now allied. Oh wait, no, because you're allied. I'm allied with Aragon, who hates you. I see. During the period of 1450 to 1600, Italian engineers were highly sought after to teach the ways of the Trace Italian to the militaries of Europe. I probably just absolutely butchered that. In most cases, these engineers had no national identity and simply worked for whoever could afford to pay them. 40 military power for 16 ducats or lose 10 prestige. Well, more military power is more military power. Which, by the way, I haven't actually gotten very much in that case. You know, strength. I am collecting a little bit of money. I wonder if I could collect more money. If I sent the man in Ragusa to collect from trade there, how much money would I get anyway? Probably should have checked this in the early game, but I definitely should have checked this in the early game, because holy crap. That is only a lot. I didn't think I'd be able to collect that much money. Jeez. I could possibly even steer some from, like, I could steer some from Alexandria. Why not? Because of our relative nobility, we are in a position to support the Italian artists in the Florentine school. Being perceived as patrons of the international art will definitely help our propaganda efforts. Yearly prestige +1 for 40 years, at the cost of some power and a lot of money. I'll take it, actually. Full annexation was demanded. Hooray! And now you have been fully sieged. Now this is where things are going to get interesting. I'm actually letting time pass to the next autosave. Because if things look exceptionally fucky when this happens, I don't know. War reparations, of course. Who would I want you to annul treaty with? Really, you have an alliance with Milan of all people? No, unlike Ferrara, just because Ferrara is awfully close to me. And give me all of your monies. $90. Is there even more if I don't? Well, if you put it like that, I'll take more money. Is there anything else I can have you do? Not really. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I took those. That's already going to be very iffy. As you can see, my relationship with them tanked really quickly because of 31 aggressive expansion. Holy crap. Where's the aggressive expansion thing? Just out of curiosity. Coalition map mode. There are a considerable amount of nearby people who could start a coalition. Even France could join in the coalition. This could screw me over immensely, but I'm going to do it anyway. All of your money, if you please. I will immediately attempt to ally Burgundy after this. Come on. There we go. Now, obviously a no treaty with Savoy. Oh, I can humiliate you. Why don't I humiliate you? Because that will get me a lot of power projection. Demands exceed war score. Well, poop. Oh, please don't tell me I won't be able to humiliate you. I will not be able to humiliate you until France takes their end off. That could actually work in my favor, because that could let the aggressive expansion chillax a little bit. Do I really want to make that a core when I have war exhaustion? I really don't. I really don't. I'll spend the time to decrease it, and then that's only a 1.5. That's like only one extra point. And besides, that'll help with the separatists that are obviously here. Yeah, that chillaxing like that until France gets their end out, so that way I can properly humiliate Aragon and get power projection for it. Would be nice. Or France can just immediately do that. And you still will not accept being humiliated. I can't humiliate you because you're no longer going to exist after the war. God! That incredibly sucks, actually. That used to be a thing. You could humiliate someone after they no longer existed, which made it so you could actually get power projection. But apparently they changed that. Well, now your thoughts have changed a little bit. I'll take money and these territories. Now, let's see how much I might have screwed myself. You are in just the point where you can where you can join the coalition. You, please ally me before you think of joining a coalition. Okay. Now that I also have Burgundy on my side, it will actually be remarkably difficult for a coalition to gain traction merely because now I'm so powerful. in relative alliance strength. Some of these territories cost a considerable amount of power, though. Holy crap. But now Provence no longer exists, and I have gained 4 territories. Obviously, France absolutely hates me because now I have even more stuff that they want. And Savoy also incredibly hates me, but they hated me anyway, so I don't give a care. You know, it occurs to me I probably could have rivaled Savoy before this and taken some stuff, but oh well, I wanted the territories more. And lastly, Provence. And then, by the time one of these finish, I should almost have enough for that territory. Well, I would say that was a good war. I'd say that is a nice start to conquering the world. Of course, now I need... That really, really hurts. Because that means I'm going to lose a bunch of the prestige I just gained. But I can't. I cannot accept that call to arms. Because if I accept that call to arms, what's going to happen is that Castile is going to have its hate for me solidified. And I'll be called into a war I honestly do not want to fight to begin with. Because I want to see Aragon fall apart. Although, you're also fighting France. I am going to politely say no, because I simply cannot afford to do that, because I'm going to hate you anyway because I want to fight France. It's just how it goes. I just wish they didn't do that, because that killed my prestige I just gained. Out of curiosity, if I declared war on you, that would call in France because Aragon. Although that would call in Austria and Burgundy. That would call in Austria and Burgundy. Would also call in Austria and Burgundy if I declared war on France directly. That is interesting. That is extremely interesting. That both Austria and Burgundy will actually help me now. And they have the men ready. They definitely have the men ready to actually do that. That could be something great could happen very shortly. The only question is, how much will it injure me in terms of relations? I almost want to fabricate claims on you, but for some reason I feel like that's going to be difficult. You're nearly done. Sure. Let's start, anyway. Because, see, I really don't want, I really don't want a lot of Aragonese territory, for the main fact that that'll annoy Castile. And the last thing I want is for Castile to be angry at me, of course. You know, if I were to bring in England on this, this could very easily just spiral out of control for France. Because since France is occupied with Castile, it would be a perfect time to strike. It would be very... Here I am repeatedly saying how awesome it would be. Maybe I should actually make it more awesome. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build those men. I am going to call back the guy improving relations with Siena, because that's never going to happen now. And then I'm going to construct an alliance with England. And then they would all come and help. In fact, if I declared war on Naples instead, they would all come and help, and England would not be preoccupied with fighting Scotland. So, as soon as my claim on Naples finishes, I'm going to start this war. Although, having said that, that would make it more difficult for me to take territories from France, which are ultimately my goal. Actually, Scotland is really tired. Scotland is incredibly tired merely because they're... Oh, you're allied with Novgorod, who is currently absolutely getting destroyed by Muscovy. By the way, Sweden, how does your thing go? You did become independent. You took your territories back. You did not take Gotland, unfortunately, but you did take your stuff back? Or did you already have... Did you... Oh, no, you didn't always have that stuff, did you? Because, yeah, that used to belong to Denmark, I believe. Huh. And of course, Sweden is much too far to ever bother with me. And Denmark is much too far to even bother with me. And Poland, much too far to even bother with me. Although that could change. That could change very quickly. Getting an alliance with Lithuania would be great. But I think declaring war on France as soon as these men are over here would be exactly what I need to do. However, it is now... I was going to stop at 30 minutes, now over 30 minutes. So when we come back, I am possibly going to screw myself over. But that's all for now. Till next time, see you later.